Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 9th episode of Araburu Kisetsu no Otome domo. And yes, I had to look over to remind myself what episode number this was. So yeah, I'm doing this on this day again to catch up, eventually I'll catch up, doing two a week and new one coming out a week. The way the math works out, eventually the end result is me catching up. Just not this week, but eventually. So last episode, a lot happened, you could say. So I'm kind of interested in what will happen next. So let's watch it and find out. 3, 2, 1, play. At least have some bread that way you can run to school then in your mouth. Okay. And of course, he comes out at the same time. That's how it goes. Okay, they are just in full honeymoon phase mode. We'll just don't walk in on him in an awkward position again and it'll be fine. This is gonna be insufferable. Yeah. Just want to scream Ryu at the top of my lungs. Yeah, I think she's attempting to. Don't enjoy it too much, No, they're not cute now or ever before. I don't know how much more of this I can take watching. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get to this episode. I mean, I'm happy for them, I guess, but just, But on the 16th page, I got a boyfriend, and my life is now more exciting, and literally everything is apparently better. So that's just how it works. They could put a filter over life, I guess. I wonder if we'll be getting some of that type of stuff with Sonazaki and her boyfriend. Since they also basically became legit last episode. It became public and everything. Ledus. Purity. No longer. Why it fell. Is no longer pure. Well then. That's cute. Yeah, she's pretty nice. Well then what's your... uh, sure. Please inform us. Tell me what makes boys different from girls. Because, Well, some more than others. Which girl? Are you implying there's tons of girls around you? We see how much of a player you are. I got plenty of imagination, trust me. I guess you turned that around in a pretty good way. Pretty smooth, I guess. Yeah, super effective. Quick tip, guys usually don't like to be called cute. Yeah, we're getting a lot of that this episode. Okay. Oh, that's just crazy talk. They have like dangly bits, they're not like us. I know, right? There's only really a problem for you. You're the one that had these views. These two. And then the people that are left in the dust. Yeah, I guess you could say that. They've got a full Ryuju. Indeed. Maybe. Get to work. Did you finally ask about it? About that female teacher? But yeah, I don't think there's anything really there. Why? Is she taken? Okay. How is that relevant? Is that a deal breaker? Okay. So it's a lack of confidence in yourself? Wow. Don't tell me you're a chubby chaser. Okay, so there might be something there. Which does complicate things. It kind of was. Yeah, she is a little bit on the thick side, I suppose. Where's the camera heading towards? Couples everywhere. It's disgusting. Now you two... Yeah, and you two happen to be in the same shot when we bring this up. I noticed that. We can have another couple right here. Exactly. About becoming a couple. See, we're on the same wavelength. Not letting go of hope. No, no need to do that. Just follow my instructions and we'll have a happy end for everyone. Well, that's the question. Yeah, it's basic math. I like this idea. Keep talking. Uh, that's not actually true. That's not true at all. In fact, that would be okay with us proving this as a fact. Rumba, go prove it to her. Which is not true. It's not even remotely true. There's a word for it. Friends with benefits. So, yeah, I think Momoko may be considering this. Like, I was half joking when I first brought up this Yuri couple idea, but the further we go, the more confident I get in it. I'm still prepared to have my dreams, hopes, and dreams crushed in front of me, but still, I'm holding on to hope. Yes, you have. I'm glad you're aware of that. That's very dangerous, you know. Yeah, it was totally obvious. It's always obvious. I'm sure you do. If Kazusa walked up to you and said, "Let's do it," you'd be already have your pants off, so. uh, Still, it's a little bit early in the relationship to be worrying about this, especially for high schoolers, so just settle down. That's the question. What you gonna do? Yeah, but I think he might want to sit next to you. So, what do you do? He's so much bigger than her. A little bit awkward. I mean, what do we do? What do we do? Yeah, that's the question. You gotta talk about things. Okay, now let's calm down with the premarital handholding. It's so awkward. Yeah, hopefully you got a pregnancy test after that. Be on the safe side. No, don't do it. Don't do it. You did it. Uh, Kids these days have no morals. Blatantly holding hands like this in the living room. Just when someone walks in. Showing it again. Let's put a mosaic over it or something. It's both of your sweats. Oh wow, that is a lot of liquid resulting from that. Mixing your liquids together on the couch, just this. I'm sure he doesn't mind. Just yeah, just getting wet and sticking together on the couch. Good thing they split up. I think she didn't walk out a couple minutes ago. That would have been awkward. Okay. Book recommendation, huh? Crime and Punishment. Nice little pig there. But yeah, it does make it a bit awkward with when inviting her to help her with Izumi related stuff. He is. Okay. What are we getting at with here? Not sure I follow. I mean, unless it's what I think it is. Really? Why? I mean, you know. It just, just things a little bit awkward with this love triangle-ish situation. But, I mean, in the end, he did choose Kazusa, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. I'll never forget that intense night. Okay. What made me problem for you? That's a great line. Oh, bringing that up. Possible weak points. Well, she doesn't ask for much now, does she? I don't know if that's the best idea. I mean, at that point, he actually would have laid a hand on her, so there's no denying that anymore. Maybe we just have to trust her word that she would not make a problem of it. So, yeah. I don't know if we're actually gonna go through with all that. Library rules, best book ever. Yeah, only one person calls her that. Round planet thing. It was probably a bit above your level. The Little Prince. Hoshi means star, though? I don't know. But the reality is there are many like it, but that one is his. Yeah, I guess that would be a little bit upsetting. The fox looked more like a kangaroo for a second. Okay. Yeah. Even if there are many roses, that's still his. That's still a special one. So I guess it's kind of like, girls that I respect. There's lots of them, but, you still have yours. You're still special. I guess that's the idea. You're a fox. So I guess not a great thing to be the fox. Nobody cares about the poor fox. Yeah, poor fox. For those who are not chosen, they might as well not exist. People. The Japanese trains for you. I wasn't sure if we were supposed to know somebody in that crowd. Just gonna text, really. You know, like right in front of each other. Oh. Well, then why'd you say anything if you didn't want to make a scene? Okay. Well then. This certainly escalated a bit. Yeah, things just escalate all around, aren't they? Zooming on the garbage can. Oh. Oh, those are cute. You shouldn't throw those away. What a waste. Yeah, the show's progressively getting more and more difficult to follow. But the girls that are left behind are definitely trying to make up ground. It seems like. Some of which may involve stealing somebody else's ground. I don't know. Momoko still hasn't really done much in this show, aside from like support her friends and stuff. But that I do feel like that's going to change soon. And you of course know what direction I think that's going to go into. Because there were two lines with Momoko that were both interesting. Holes. That's the name of the episode, really? Yeah, I mean, holes are meant to be filled at the end of the day. Okay, that was the 9th episode of Araburu Kisetsu no Otome domo yo. What can I say about this episode? Well, we started off with just some full-on, you know, honeymoon phase romance with Kazusa and Izumi. You know, and they do all that stereotypical lines of like, well, everything feels so much brighter and better now that I have a boyfriend. It's so magical, like, you know, that sort of thing, and it's just insufferable for everyone else to watch, you know. And that's kind of what we got with them for a while. And their relationship, I mean, it's going well for the most part. There's a little bit of awkwardness because partly because they've known each other for so long, childhood friends, and as a result, when you suddenly have a big change in the status quo of the relationship, you don't know exactly, like, you're used to hanging out with each other and stuff, but now there's this new element to it, so you don't really know how differently you should interact in those otherwise seems like similar situations to be in, like hanging out in the living room or whatever. Like, should we hold hands? Should we do more than that? Should, I lick the sweat off of her hand? Like, what do you do? That's the question. So there's a little bit of awkwardness there, but aside from that, it's going mostly fine. And Sonozaki, her thing is also going fine for the most part. She talked with her boyfriend a little bit about things to clear things up a little bit. So, I mean, we haven't got the same sort of lovey-doveyness from them, but the relationship still seems to be about as strong as Kazusa and Izumi's, except they don't have a potential, a potential third wheel trying to insert itself, same way they do. But it really is funny to see her change so much on her opinions on things because she now has a boyfriend, so she would have to change her perspective on boys and romance and stuff as a result. You kind of have to. So there's that. And so those two are the ones that are the most successful in that regard for now, whereas characters like Hongo and Momoka and Nina are kind of left behind, so each of them, well, maybe not each of them exactly, most of them are, as a result, trying to make some progress. We got Hongo here that's trying to borderline blackmail Sensei into doing what she wants, to her, basically. Because there's this other girl that he seems to be interested in that's an actual, appropriate age for him and all that, who he seems to like. He seems to put on a pedestal a little bit. But he just definitely seems to like her. Like, when Hongo called him out on that, he just kind of blushes and walks away. So, he clearly feels a bit of urgency there to make, like, if she wants to get together with Sensei, she's got to, hurry that up a bit, I think, and she knows that. So she took action on that one. And Nina, Nina, I don't know, she's like one of the most complicated characters to really get a read on in the show. Because she likes Izumi, but Izumi's together with Kazusa now, so, what does she do? That's the question. Does she let it go? Does she try to steal him away from Kazusa, who is her friend? Like, that's a hard decision to make, It's easy to call that scummy, and, I will, but still, it's her decision to make. And Momoko doesn't like any of this because she's friends with both Nina and Kazusa, so she's, as someone that's always trying to, help out everyone, give advice and stuff, it's kind of mostly been her role. She's doing her best with this, but, it's difficult. But it did lead to this interesting talk of the two of them. But first of all, I want to remind you that they did talk about couples when the two of them were together, so that's a little bit of small evidence for my theory. I do want to remind you of that real quick. But when they were talking on the steps here, and she walks away, and she brings up the big question, do you want Izumi-kun so bad that you're willing to lose friends over him? That is a big question. And what does she say in response to this? Well, first, Momoka says her little math line, he's 1, we're 2, which is a little bit funny, unintentionally. This was a funny line, too. But if you choose us instead, we'd make it worth your while, that was an interesting line as well, but then Nina gives an interesting response to that. But you can't have sex, ... And then she corrects herself to use their little code word. That basically says you can't have sex with your friends, which obviously is not true. I mean, you can call it to be... I mean, obviously having sex with friends is kind of frowned upon, probably especially in Japan, although I can't say that for sure. But it is a little bit frowned upon, a little bit considered lacking morals, degenerate, you can say things about that, but you can still do it. People still do it. So, to say that you can't is just not true. So that was an interesting line to bring up there, for one thing. Nobody said you could, really. It was just an interesting response. But what's even more just interesting in that response that felt a little bit out of nowhere was kind of Momoko's reaction to it here. When she repeats the line, puts her hand up to her heart. Well, she does that. and then says, as right afterwards. So there's a lot of ways to take that. I can tell you how I took it. I took it as her considering doing just that, because Nina is her friend, and maybe she's been thinking about doing such things with Nina, and maybe that her saying that really brought those thoughts to the forefront of her mind. Even if you disagree with that interpretation, what's your interpretation of it? Like, if you do disagree with me, I would like to know what your opinion is, assuming you're, like, not going off of something that I haven't seen yet, you know, and spoiling me. Because I can't think of very many ways to take that besides that, because they made it very clear that she had a reaction to that, and it provoked some thoughts in her head. So obviously I have some conclusion bias here, I won't deny that, but I can't think of any other way to take that aside from that foreshadowing beginning some of just that, you know. So anyway, I spent a little bit longer than I meant to, but yeah, we had our stuff with them in the living room. The awkwardness, like I talked about, not much to say on that. Aside from it was just incredibly awkward. The club was canceled, which was a little bit upsetting. And then she wants to get lacy underwear because, you know, gotta impress, I guess. And she, of course, wants Sugawara to do it, to, you know, to help her with it. But yeah, this is another weird scene with Momoka. I was confused initially, but it could still, you know, support my theory. Okay, but I'm gonna go through this more slowly to make sure I really got this. And I think you've got it all wrong about her and Izumi-kun. So what does she have wrong exactly? Even if Sugawara thinks she has a crush on Izumi-kun, she's got it all wrong too. Okay, so here it sounds like she's denying that Sugawara, you know, likes Izumi-kun that way. But why would she say that? What reason does she have to think Sugawara doesn't think that? Because I think what's happening here is some projection on her case. Like, maybe she likes someone, has a crush on someone, and she doesn't want to believe that's true because it would be viewed as weird or whatever. And, you know, that's her thoughts in regards to Nina. So she could be projecting that onto Sugawara and how she feels about Izumi, because that would be convenient, you know, of course, if that was the truth. So I just think that I'm almost sure there's a lot of projecting here at the very least, even if I don't have details right. She's totally wrong about herself. Like, she has to be talking about herself here. Like, this has to be projecting. That doesn't make sense otherwise. Because that wouldn't be right. Like, either that or she's just really judging her friend really harshly. One of the two, I guess that's also a possibility. Like, maximum judgment. That is another possibility. But it just felt like she was really getting her own feelings out there. And it just, again, conclusion bias. I just think that's a possibility. I will accept if I'm wrong, you know. I will accept that, but just where my thoughts are at. And we got a story about the fox. I don't really have much to say about that, but it's obviously meant to mirror the situation quite a bit. And Izumi, Nina's supposed to be the fox in this story. Although, now that I think about it, I guess it wouldn't necessarily have to be Nina that Momoko likes, because a lot of what I'm talking about could also technically apply to Kazusa, and because they're also friends and stuff, and she's already in a relationship, so that would definitely add to the whole not right aspect of it. So I could be misfiring, and she could be, you know, have a thing for Kazusa instead, but I don't know, it hasn't really felt that way, and all these scenes have been kind of with Nina, so I don't know. But that's also a possibility too. Just want to point that out as well, because, you know, they're pretty close as well. I always just went with Nina because that would make sense, because that's kind of the only missing person that doesn't have a love interest right now. That's not already taken, you know? But yeah, she made a move on Izumi there in the train, so not sure where we go from here. I'm sure that felt pretty nice, but you gotta remember, you have a girlfriend, you gotta respect that. So I don't think things will go too far there, but what I'm mostly worried about is the whole Hongo thing. You know, she pushed Sensei into this. And will it go all the way? Will it not? I mean, we've had like close calls before, and they've always just not happened. But could be. It could happen here. I don't know why she threw away the panties there. They were a really nice pair. I mean, I know why. Like she wants to prepare herself, but still didn't have to do that. Could just went there without wearing any if you really wanted to do that. But maybe it was just supposed to be symbolic. I don't know. So yeah, again, things are definitely moving forward. Maybe not necessarily in a good direction for everyone. And episode 10 is called The Holes, so that's worth noting. So yeah, that's all I really got to say. I mean, I've already talked more than I should have about this. Mostly on one subject in particular, which I'm sure is going to annoy a lot of people, but at the end of the day, it's my channel, so I talk about what I want to. But anyway, yeah, we'll see what happens next time, so... Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.